Hello, first grade readers. Today we're going to dive into main idea a little bit more. So remember, yesterday we learned about how the main idea is what the story is all about. And we used the hamburger to help us understand that idea a little bit more. Right now, we're going to head over to a slideshow to learn a little bit more. So yesterday you learned that main idea is what a story or a text is all about. It's what the author wants us to understand the most. Today, I'm going to share with you some strategies that help us to find the main idea in a text. Okay? So by the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to identify the main idea and the strategy that you used to find the main idea. You remember how yesterday we unpacked the main idea? This bag was filled with items that we use to take care of our teeth. The main idea was taking care of teeth. We can unpack a story or text to identify main idea as well. So let me share with you some different strategies, different clues that you can use to help you figure out the main idea. So remember, the main idea is what the story is mostly or all about. So the first thing that you can do is you can ask yourself, what did I just read about? Then the next three things are going to be super helpful, and it's what we're going to focus on today. The second thing you can do is look at the title. The title is almost always going to give you an idea of what the main idea is. Number 3, look at the illustrations. Look at the pictures. What are you seeing a lot of in the pictures? Number 4, you can look at the clue words that are used repeatedly. So if you see a word or words and you hear them in that story or in that text over and over and over again, they must have something to do with the main idea. Now, of course, I'm not talking about little words like the and a, okay? They have to be important words that tell us a little bit more. And then number 5, you can reread the first and last sentences or paragraphs in the story or the text. Okay? But like I said, today I want you to focus on these 3 things: the title, the illustrations, and the clue words. Okay, so first graders, in that video, you learned 3 great ways to figure out main idea. Right now, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and tell someone at home or say it out loud to yourself those 3 things that are going to act like clues for you when we're trying to figure out main idea. Okay, so hopefully you were able to come up with those 3 different clues, those 3 ways to figure out main idea. One of them is super simple, and it's the title. So when we look at a nonfiction text like this right here, the title is going to give us some information about the main idea. All right, the second thing that will help you is the pictures in the book. If all of the pictures have to do with similar things, like in our mystery bag of taking care of teeth, that's going to help you figure out the main idea. And our last thing, and this is probably the most important because it gives us the most information, the last clue to help us figure out the main idea is the words. We're going to see repeated words in a text, okay? So if we hear certain words over and over again, that's going to give us a hint about what the main idea is. Right now, I'm going to read a story to you. And I want you to be thinking about the title, the pictures, and the words, and see if you can figure out what the main idea of this book is. All About Earthworms, written by Mary Ann Marazzi. All About Earthworms. Earthworms are amazing. Earthworms live in soil. Most earthworms are small. Earthworms live in soil. Some earthworms are big. Earthworms live in soil. Most earthworms are brown. Earthworms live in soil. Some earthworms are red. Earthworms live in soil. A few earthworms are blue. Earthworms live in soil. All earthworms have rings. Earthworms make the soil good for growing plants. All right, first graders, so our book that we read was called All About Earthworms. That's our title. That's one of our clues, okay? So if you just think about that title, that should give you a big hint about what this book was all about. Earthworms. Now, as we read the book, you may have noticed that on every page, there was a picture of an earthworm, okay? And so that also goes along with our title, and it gives us information about the main idea. Then, hopefully you were able to hear some words that were repeated a lot. And I'm not talking about tiny little words like a, in, and the, because that doesn't help us figure out the main idea. But hopefully, as you listened, you heard the word earthworm over and over and over again. So, what I want you to do is think in your head about the title, about the pictures, and about the words. Head over to Flipgrid and record a video telling me what the main idea of this story was. All right, talk to you soon, first grade.